Ericka King, and for the past 2 months I've been serving at Girl Scouts in Western Ohio. And today I just kind of want to share with you my experience at Girl Scouts, my Public Allies experience, and what it has all meant to me. So I applied to Public Allies right after graduating from Cincinnati State Community College. And actually one of my advisors from school told me about the program, and the day she told me about the program was the application deadline day. So I applied the day that she told me about it, even though it was the deadline day. I still had questions about the program, and I felt like I wasn't totally prepared for the application. If you all seen the application, you know what I mean. But yeah, but I applied anyway, and I didn't get it. I figured it just wasn't meant to be. But fortunately, that's not the way the cookie crumbled. I did get the call, I got the email, and I'm here today to share my story. Let's see, so when I found out that I would be serving at Girl Scouts, I was ecstatic. I had been working at the YMCA with K through 8th grade during my co-op at Cincinnati State. So I had already developed the passion to work with children, but all females, I was kind of like a little nervous, and I worked with all girls, all day, all the time. But it turned out to be great. Let's see, so the mission at Girl Scouts of Western Ohio is they want to build girls with courage, confidence, and character. So the topic of my speech is about how Public Allies strengthens my courage, my confidence, and my character, and how it helped me in my partner organization. Let's see. So what is courage? Courage is defined by dictionary.com as the quality of mind and spirit that enables a person to face difficulty. So I would say that our Friday trainings at Public Allies have definitely played a big part in strengthening my courage. Specifically, the training we had on understanding multiple learning styles. So when we first started Public Allies, one of my biggest challenges was how to balance the fun and games with working with children with being an authority or a person in authority. And I struggled, I don't want to be the fun, friendly person all the time, but I don't want to be the mean person in charge all the time either. So that was one of the biggest challenges I had. But this training with Sarah Singer, she talked about how there's visual learners, there's auditory learners, and other learning styles. But specifically those two stood out to me, and I used some of the techniques and some of the tips that she offered at some of our Girl Scout meetings. So one thing she offered was, if you have children who are visual learners, to use bold colors or write on the board, draw pictures, and they'll be more likely to pay attention and stay engaged. Auditory learners using things like callbacks, like hey Girl Scouts. Hey Ericka. Yeah, so callbacks and playing music during our meetings, I think really helped change the dynamic and got the girls engaged in our meetings. So I really appreciated that training. Like I said, I felt like it helped build my courage and made me more courageous to lead large groups of girls and lead some of those discussions that we had. What else? Oh, also, oh no, that was it. All right. Also support from my program manager and the rest of my fellow allies. I think that was something that they knew I struggled with from day one, and support, words of encouragement saying that, I can see that you're working on this. I can tell that you balanced out how to be a person in authority as well as somebody that's fun and likes to play games. So also support from my program manager and my teammates helped a lot. And it was very, very motivating to see that someone else noticed my change. And also, I was able to mimic the support and the feedback that I got back from my team and my managers with the girls that I worked with. So encouraging them to challenge themselves and giving compliments, saying, hey, I noticed you didn't do that last week, but you did a really good job on cleaning up this week or following directions this week. I think was a good way to strengthen the girls' courage. Let's see, confidence. So confidence is defined as the belief or assurance in oneself. So that's more like self-confidence. And before Public Allies, I was pretty confident, but I would say I was only confident in things that I knew I was good at. I wouldn't like step outside the box or try to challenge myself to different things. So Public Allies made me confident to challenge myself, and it made me feel okay to make mistakes, and instead of looking at my mistakes as something I did wrong or something I did bad, to look at them as a learning experience and point out like what did work well, or look at the feedback that I did get back from whoever I was serving. Also, before Public Allies, I never had experience writing curriculum. I never wrote a poem. I never planned an event. I never had to oversee a budget, and that's all things that I got to do during our team service project. And again, support from program managers and from fellow allies and fellows made it a lot easier to have that confidence in writing curriculum, overseeing budgets, planning events. What else? Also, my team at Girl Scouts has helped contribute to building my confidence and experience in areas of discomfort and personal growth. Trainings like the training we had on effective presentational speaking, how to be awesome, and resume writing made me confident when like applying for other jobs or speaking to people in authority. Before I felt kind of inferior when I had to speak to people in authority, but I believe that these trainings help me to like articulate my ideas and to voice my opinions to people in authority in a way that is effective. So all trainings have given me the confidence to be comfortable with who I am, also to share my accomplishments, so it's like bragging about myself, but humbly. Also, I'm very appreciative of all the support and trainings that I received from Public Allies. But I think the real test of my confidence was, so I mentioned earlier in the year that my supervisor was out. She was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So there was a point where she was out for an entire week, and the responsibility fell on my coworker and I. And there was never a moment where I felt like I couldn't do what I had to do. I felt like she prepared me enough, and I had enough support from my coworkers that I could handle all the responsibilities while she was out. So thank you. Yeah, let's see. And also, the girls that we worked with were kind of worried that my supervisor was out. So I think assuring them that we could still have fun meetings and that, you know, Gina was going to be okay, gave them the confidence to like, well, we can make these meetings our own and we can kind of lead it even if Gina isn't around. And then character. What is character? Character is defined as the features and traits that form your individual nature. So I would say over this past 2 months, my character has really evolved. Let's see, I started recycling, and recently I've started to compost. With Girl Scouts, there were service projects that the girls had to do, so I was very involved with like the community, giving back to the community, finding out the community's needs, which is something I've never participated in for Public Allies. Also, the way I receive and give feedback has changed. Instead of viewing it as like or coming at it in a defensive way, I'm more receptive and able to use that feedback to grow and to change instead of looking at it as somebody just told me to criticize it. I learned that support from the team is very critical to how well you do your job. There were times where I felt overwhelmed either at Girl Scouts or during my team service project, and I really felt like the support of the team was the main thing that got me over that hurdle or over that obstacle that I was dealing with at the time. Let's see, I feel like I'm more cultural now. I joined Elements Art Center, so I'm trying to get my art game up. Collaborating, I've been working on collaborating and trying to get trying to be more involved in the community, but also to get community organizations to partner and to work together, to have guest speakers and to encourage learning, which is fun learning. Let's see. And then also just recently I was able to display my newly found courage, confidence, and character at our summer fun camp. I was courageous enough to lead multiple groups of girls through the woods, to go hiking. I was confident that we could get over 150 girls to and from camp safely and provide them with a quality Girl Scout experience. And my character showed that I'm a responsible Girl Scout and I'll do whatever I can to help improve the quality of my environment. The last thing I just want to say is public, like I said before, public allies has taught me to look at my mistakes as a learning experience, to grow, to focus on the positive and what worked well, and the things that I learned, the things that I gained, and the things that I could contribute, so focus on assets. And also that in the beginning of the program, there were a lot more challenges and issues that I had that I was not willing to admit to at the time, but also I had a lot of potential that I didn't realize I had in the beginning as well. I met a lot of great people at my partner organization and also in my ally class, and I'm appreciative of every single one of you, and thank you very much for this wonderful